Oh, welcome back, everybody. This is probably going to be for some folks, the least interesting. For other folks, the most interesting part as we kind of move into a little bit of downtime. Our protagonists have completed their job. They have a couple of things that some of them want to talk about um, in character to solve things. I know off the top of my head, Jet and Dante want to talk about a thing. I believe Dante and Hex want to talk about a thing, which doesn't need to be a big thing. I just need to know how you guys are getting rid of those drugs that you found. Um,
Oh, the drugs! That's right. Rod has like a he. Oh, by the way, Bams, I'm addicted
yeah,
because okay,
yep, to
just making
jazz.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I have like drug knowledge, so
I believe
I
you.
would totally be down.
I believe you rolled it uh, when we found
But I
them.
was a different person then.
I mean, no, you weren't. You were the same person. Just did different things.
Well, with my Logic 8, I had like definitely way less knowledge about street
True.
drugs.
Um, so I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab the two characters that are involved in the different scenes. We'll do a small scene with them. If there are other non-essential NPCs that come up, like if you want to talk to the bartender or something about something and they're not an essential thing, I can grab one of the other guys at random and be like, "Congratulations, you're now a bartender." Pretend to be a bartender. Um, but I have a. Let's start with like one for you. Do you guys need to do an actual scene with finding out what you're going to do with the drugs, or do you guys just want to tell me what you do with them, and then you can take that money, and I will put whatever happens with them into my GM pocket for totally not later.
Well, Dante isn't here at the moment,
Oh shit! I thought he
so
was. I thought he was able to be here.
no, he said he'll be back at about 10:30.
Yep.
Oh,
So Batman.
okay. So, wow, this is gonna be
Maybe we can
awkward.
postpone it, or like I don't know.
Um,
Or we could do something with it behind his back, and when he comes back, this is an opportunity for some character drama.
Or
um,
we could stall. Honest to God, we could stall with like a everybody at the bar post run cooldown.
I mean, I do also have another important question that we could talk about for a little while, and that is, what kind of run would you guys like to do next?
I still want to do an extraction.
I mean, you did just kind of do one.
Yeah, I figured that's what that was supposed to be, but um, oh, or are you holding that off? Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure I know
I
what you're talking about.
Well, the idea is that eventually we're going to be doing something that ends up getting us captured by a corp.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't necessarily have to be the extraction. I have an idea for a run that could be, and technically it's very plug and play. Like the goal of that run could be an extraction, or it could be a data steal, or it could be sabotage. It involves you going to a place and doing a thing. The specifics of that thing, we'll see what happens as we get closer.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. The reason that I keep coming back to that is that it's like at least in my mind, like the traditional classic Shadowrun thing to do.
Right.
Um, and the one that you went through with your previous group was just wonderful.
The Egypt one, or
Egypt. No, it was an Evo fashion show,
oh yeah.
and there was some sort of like Charlie Chan character running around.
Yep. No, that was that Charlie? I think that was actually his name. Yeah, were you
Yeah, I think his name was Charlie.
where they extracted the Nartaki?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about the rest
um
of you guys? Because
I mean, call me. Sorry, go ahead.
that was like they infiltrated a. They kind of did what you guys did partially. Like that run involved a large fashion show with a whole bunch of people in there. Um, where your first run involved a convention with a whole bunch of people. Um, but it went different ways.
Yeah, I remarked upon the similarity silently to myself.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could hear that remark. Uh,
Um,
God.
Call me uh, uncreative, but I'd be really down with like a get the data, destroy the research equipment sort of run. Like a
So, like,
smash and grab.
break into a corporate facility, or do you want um, more organized crime level opposition?
Organized
Well,
crime could be cool, although uh, hopefully not against the Vori.
I mean,
Well, I was thinking about this. We are going to end up because that quality is going to have to come into play at some point.
yeah,
Um, and the conversation we were having about it was, like he doesn't even know if his character would let us know, which means we're going to be surprised by it. And the obvious thing to do there is to incur some debt with a rival organization to get them to protect us.
yeah. Not gonna lie,
Well,
if we go with the organized crime sabotage type thing, it's totally gonna be against the Vori because somebody is like, I have a negative quality that the Vori don't like me. That tells me that that is important to that character and to that player. So I am honor bound as a GM to test it.
yeah, but like Jet would have to walk because he doesn't. He has friends who are apparently in the Vori.
That's
My
true.
They,
character wouldn't care so
maybe
much that
maybe his friends are the ones that want. Maybe it's a rival group or something. There's ways that can work.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean then I'm down, but
No,
I mean trying to test Jet's morals in that way, I'm
right, and
just going to come
that's
out flat and say that's not going to happen.
um, but that's the thing. Like the only thing I have carte blanche to really test and mess with is your negative qualities, because that's why they are there. They are there um, to give you karma and to give the GM tools to work with. Um, Positive qualities, similarly, like if um, but that's more on you guys to remember that you have your positives to be like, oh hey, I have this thing because I'm gonna let you guys know I don't. I have your character sheets open in another tab. I don't look at them, which is why I'm like, yo, if you guys want to roll something, let me know and we'll roll dice. I'm not gonna be like, oh right, go ahead and roll your drone's knowledge because there's a drone in the corner of this thing because I got other plates that are spinning in my brain that I ain't got time to balance 5 character sheets on top of that because I'm lazy.
I do have a question about the negative qualities.
Yeah,
It's a point of clarification on the claustrophobia.
yeah.
Um, if I make my composure roll and I am in a claustrophobic situation, I'm taking a -1 penalty to everything. Is that correct? The roll is just to see if I can stand to stay there.
Let me take a quick look at the actual quality so I have the mechanics in front of me.
I think that's what I don't think the roll saves you from the penalty. I think you're like affected.
Homophobia is your -1 while in the presence of the source moderates are -3. So I think milds are just this is a thing and you have full control over what you do. Um, it looks like only moderate and severe are the only ones that actually have a composure test associated with them.
Oh,
The mild's just like -1 to all your shit.
huh. I did not notice that when I was looking over it. All right. Well, I was gearing up for a scene where there's a van traveling down the freeway and somebody foolishly decided to stick me in the back of it, even though I said I wanted to go on the side. And
That
that's resulted in a scene where there's 11 foot and 700 fucking pounds of muscle desperate to get out of the back of the van
I mean that
that
could still be a thing.
that Rot can feel.
Yeah, you can still like role play that, man.
Yeah. Or maybe something happens and you have to burn an edge and your phobia gets worse.
Hmm. Or maybe not.
Or maybe I hate the idea of Burning Edge. This sucks. Um,
Maybe I get a bunch of positive qualities because stuff happened.
I mean, if you want to buy them, sure.
Maybe I find a box of karma that fell off a truck, and we'll talk later. Do you have PayPal?
Funny how that works, right? Um, so I have one vote for a sabotage, one vote for an extraction. What about the other two, you guys?
Um, I would probably like to shoot some stuff since I would really like to be a game master sometime.
Sure.
So, like, that would be probably leeching off of your knowledge and your like ingrained rules. But I would really like to see how drone combat comes into play because there's like a lot of stuff going on at the same time.
Right.
Plus like shooting stuff because combat is always an option in Shadowrun because
Sure
it
is.
always can go wrong. So I would like to see how combat goes.
I mean, just because combat isn't always mean something has gone wrong. Like, as was seen, you shot the crap out of that guy. He was down in two pulls of the trigger, and um, that was the end of combat. Like, nothing went wrong there. Things went wrong in that, like, you guys got public awareness due to other reasons. The shooting of that guy didn't do a whole lot. Probably actually saved other people from public awareness as well, because the guard didn't get any time to, like, he failed his surprise test. He took a giant pile of damage from that first shot and was knocked unconscious by the second shot. So he didn't see anybody else. He didn't get the opportunity to make things worse, and he didn't have a partner
I,
because
I think he meant more that if everything had gone right with what I was trying to do, Dante wouldn't have had to do that.
probably like Dante
Yeah.
wouldn't have had to.
A side question. Just as a, like an after the fact question.
Yeah.
Did the jamming actually did something?
Yep. He was totally unable. He kept trying to call out to report, for backup and all that other good stuff. Um, he was not able to get a call through because he kept calling out because he wasn't hearing a response from whoever he was trying to reach, and he was just kind of like, kind of panicky. Um,
And we knew that, Rot. You had your mic pointed at his thing. You could hear him keep trying to raise them and acting like it wasn't working.
Yeah, but I just want to make like sure because that's like a trick. If I was calling out and that wasn't supposed to be significant for any reason, I also kind of wanted to know because that's something you could do as a game master. Just
you
raise
could
panic.
have
Well,
you could have rolled a
he
security
could.
procedures or something like that, and then I could have given you some information about whether or not that's him trying to reach somebody or something like that.
Hmm.
Testing.
Yeah. Okay.
Hear it.
Okay.
Hear ya.
I mean, I suppose he could have been, pulling a gambit on us, but somebody that's got that level of presence of mind in the middle of what was going on with him is not the security guard at a hospital.
He is a dragon.
Let me go back into that scene actually for a little bit to talk about things. So I made a couple of extra dice rolls in there. If you go back and look, um, one I rolled 3 dice on, and that was just kind of like a balls check as to see how much he had his stuff together, um, which was kind of more or less based upon his profession rating. But I think I bumped him up one just because I like the number 3 as opposed to 2 or 1. Um, and then later on, I rolled that again, and he got a hit on that again. So he kept on being. It's kind of like an edge roll for NPCs. Um,
Yeah.
and then I rolled 8 dice for him, which is just kind of like a knowledge skill, and I think he got 3 hits on that, if memory serves, of just like a criminal procedures, which is why when it's like, okay, this is what's going on, and he rolled the dice, he had the knowledge to recognize what was going on right that moment as this is a crime. I don't know what kind of crime, but it's crime.
Hmm.
So it wasn't
Yeah,
just
that was
like,
really frustrating.
I mean, welcome to Hex's world.
No, I mean it was frustrating in character because the whole time I'm sitting there thinking this fucker is going to get himself killed,
Right.
like desperately trying to get him away from the dangerous criminals, and he keeps insisting on not letting me do that for him.
Right. Well, because like you influenced him to leave, and then he like got back in, and then somebody came out. So like then the situation changed, and he was like, okay,
Yeah,
I gotta resecure the scene. Let me
right.
attempt to do that because that is my job. Um, welcome back, Dante.
Hello.
I hadn't paid attention to the fact that you had left, so um, we kind of just got talking. I see Hex is talking about wanting to do a hooding type run.
Yes.
Did you have a
Uh,
particular contact or type of contact you wanted to help out with that?
Um, I don't necessarily have a contact that I just need to help out too much.
Well, this kind
Um,
of goes for anybody in this part of the conversation of like, do you guys have a contact you would like to help out? Is there a new kind of contact you guys would like to meet? Because this is the perfect opportunity. Technically, you could go back to Spells R Us and go talk to the lovely lady who runs that shop if you needed, say, some talismongery supplies. Uh, like she is an NPC that exists that you guys could go deal with.
I
Even
feel
if
like
I
she's not my tradition. Um, I do have it as part of my backstory that I spend time helping out my contact,
Right,
and that I'm invested in like helping my neighborhood and things like that.
right, and that's fine as like a downtime thing. But if you guys actually like, if you guys wanted to just sit down and do a good feels hooding run, I can totally do something bad to your community that you have to call up your friends to go and solve.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I was saying. I don't have a contact that I don't have like a soup kitchen or anything like that.
Right.
But if there were a soup kitchen in my neighborhood or around that like talked to my contact wanting help,
Oh, I could do tons of
uh,
bad things to innocent people to get you guys involved for no money. That's fine. I can find time to do that.
they're
and
really,
on
really rich innocent people.
Yeah, no, sorry, that's not usually how that works. Unless you know some really rich innocent people as like a contact already, I could do bad things to them.
actually, Jet's sensei character or contact note, he kind of runs a martial arts studio,
Okay.
and he was a merc with Jet, so we could do good things for the community and get paid, possibly.
So,
Yeah. What's his
gonna
name? Rich McInnocent, I think.
gonna let you guys know the more nice guy runs you do, the less paying they are because you get paid in the soul through the
Well,
karma.
yeah, but maybe expenses.
You know, the more black-hearted scumbaggy runs you do, the more money you get paid. And now after this run, we've
Hmm.
kind of established a little bit of a baseline for where morals lie. Like apparently you guys don't like the idea of murdering people, so that'll
Well, some of us don't mind, and some of us really don't like it. So that's
yeah,
kind of where it. That's where
that's
the mean
that's
falls.
fine.
But there is something that we were talking about several days ago. Eventually, I'm going to want to initiate,
Okay. Oh,
and
you
we were
talking about like
talking about what.
the initiation submersion stuff? Yeah, no, I got an idea for that. We can talk more when that comes closer.
Okay, so there is a way I would be able to like take everybody with me.
Yeah, well, it'll depend a lot upon the specifics. I have an idea on how we can do it for Hex very easily, because submersions are sort of easier to train. It'll make more sense when we get to it.
Okay.
Um, Metaplanes are a little bit more different. Um, the
Yeah,
that
I
does
would, I would. Okay, go on, Bamce. Can't
sorry,
rip it off.
that does remind me of something we forgot to talk about. We forgot to talk about bonds and that potential extra karma. Um, which if you guys want to talk about, or we can just start off next week with that.
We sort of pointed out, I think, at some point in the chat, like who changed his what opinions changed.
Sure. If you guys want to compile that so that I can just see it, and then I'll just thumbs up it, and you guys can grab your karma as appropriate. Just
Well, I'm through whatever RP I'm going to be doing tonight. I might be establishing and changing some bonds.
sure. That being said, Dante, what do you want to do for your next run? Like as a group?
I had said last time I kind of want to get my hands dirty, maybe do some combat stuff, but
Okay.
that's something I can do eventually. Doesn't necessarily need to be the next run. Just have a little bit of an itch.
I got some ideas. You guys come up with a list of interesting types of people you would like to meet, and maybe one of them will call you up for a little bit of help.
Yeah, and a hooding run would probably involve some degree of combat. So
Potentially, depends upon what kind of wonderful things you're gonna do. Yeah, you totally did scratch your van, man. That asshole possessed guy, man.
I mean, I was so close to like running him over.
It would have been interesting to see how that went. So, I'm just gonna restart the
Yeah.
recording real quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have. Oh, let me talk about that in the new recording. One moment.